And Gio's now asking, "Did I go for an autograph?" Because I don't think he realizes it's not him. Okay,
right,
we are getting ready to go live. And Bonkers says he loves you.
We got
oh,
Quoth,
goodness.
starting in control, and oh wow.
Yeah, pipeline start. That's going to be it. So they have done exactly what most teams will do with a pipeline spawn. They've instantly dropped a cargo hive because you need to get control of nanogrid, and the transit time from pipeline to nanogrid is just plain too long to get good control. And nanogrid is such an integral part of good resource flow for the aliens on this map. So we do see that they have sent their entire team up to topographical, which is going to actually give away the fact that they are down in pipeline, but they get the kills up there, and they're going to go for a full rush on control. EAX is there. He takes out Mac very quickly, as well as Cognito and Bonkers. Oh my goodness, EAX with some amazing shooting. That is going to put a damper on Quoth's, I cannot say that with a straight face.
Alright, so
that's going to put a damper on Teamwork's Teamwork's initial push.
Yeah, and we're seeing now that Quoth, yeah, I'm just gonna say Quoth. Quoth, Sammy, and Relent in Overlook, building up that power, building up that RT. They have already claimed skylights a bit ago. We're seeing the cis chain from pipeline, from Twat going going into the dome and down into cargo, where they have a 49% grown hive. And Cognito,
more importantly, I think we need to call them Teamwork, because otherwise we may get an R rating on YouTube.
Yeah, so Cognito and Mac in C12 just takes down Nippler at 16. This is a awkward name match.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay, so Teamwork now coming through C12 vents into topographical. That RT is going to be in trouble. We have an RT being attacked by user 210 in Overlook. Sammy G trying to get him off of there, and he's just going to push him away. And down in subsector, we have Relent from Quoth, just built up an RT and holding that there. And also Ulti in Nanogrid building up an RT there as well. So
yeah,
kind of
this
good
is a
spread
very
out
wise
from
move.
Quoth.
Very wise move by Quoth. They have gone ahead and taken control of Nanogrid while winning their engagements elsewhere on the map, and that's really the key. If they hadn't won these engagements elsewhere on the map, Nanogrid would not be something that they could hold on to very effectively, but Relent and 16 have shown up there, so that is on lockdown, and that's going to really, really heavily restrict the resource flow for Teamwork in this match. That pipeline start is a very precarious start in the first place. You can see that we have Ulti and Relent have pushed down from Nanogrid through Y Junction and are coming down into cargo. Memnock is there, but he's already under fire. He's going to have to run back to that hive. That hive is complete now, so he's going to get a little bit of healing. He has the Hydras to help. There goes Ulti and Relent as Cognito has come in to assist. So Memnock is going to be okay there, and he's going to go ahead and start walling off that entrance to Y Junction as well. Hyperion is down in subsector. He's got that RT down to about half health, but 16 is rolling in to take care of him. And Hyperion is going to go ahead and run out of there, but Sammy G is going to pinch him from the other side. I don't think Hyperion's going to get out of here. No, in fact, he is going to go down as Sammy very well placed to come in and help from Overlook. And look at this. 4 of the Teamwork team members are there playing with their namesake of Teamwork and Tactics, and they're going to go ahead and try and take over Nanogrid. Memnock has started to throw out Hydras as they really want to keep control of this, but Memnock has gone down. They've lost that Gorge, and there are 4 Quoth members there. They're going to take that back. They did lose 1 RT, but that's not a huge loss. They are doing very well on res. They are on 6 res nodes, and this is starting to look very, very unfortunate for Teamwork. They're going to have a very big uphill battle to get back in this game.
Yeah, now we're seeing Quoth in Y Junction, Ulti and Relent just taking down Mac. User 210 there, backed up by Cognito. They are pushing now into cargo where there are Hydras set up. Mac and Memnock coming in with Cognito. They take out one of the Marines, and Relent goes down as well. They are sitting on, like you said, 7 resources, 36% on that RT in Overlook. So the resource flow is well in their favor on this. They got Armor 1, Weapons 1 done, Phase Tech and Mines. Leap has been completed for the aliens, and now the hive is being converted into a Crag hive. Probably late because they had that early they had that early hive drop.
Yeah, you know, I'm definitely interested to see if Teamwork can do anything about this, and they're playing it right. They are moving as a pack, which is really all you can do in this scenario because you have to take this onto the offensive. If they're forced to defend cargo all the time, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And we do see that they are going to go straight past topographical. They're going to ignore it. Nippler is there. He's going to see that there's a lot of skulks here. There is a scan in topographical, so they know the 4 coming in. EAX is there. Let's see if he can clean up again. He does get 2. Memnock goes down. Cognito goes down. Mac and User are still there, but there are 3 in control. We see that User's going to go down to a mine. Max is going to go down to EAX's pistol. EAX is just doing a phenomenal job of controlling control, and he's the commander, so he knows exactly what's going on. He's been getting out of the hive, and you know, you don't usually see someone with such good aim being the commander, but man, he is just cleaning up.
Yeah. And we got Relent just taking down Hyperion in Nanogrid. He took it down to 58%, one of those RTs, and now those Marines are moving out of Y Junction. They are going down into, and it looks like they're going to meet up with Sammy in Y Junction, building up that power. We might see a phase gate right there. It looks like it will be. We do see a mine on the ground there. Relent takes out Users, trying to stop him, and there goes the phase gate. They're going to use this to just hammer cargo.
Yeah, but Teamwork does know that they're there, so you can see that they are starting to converge. We have Cognito coming in as well as Hyperion. Carapace Shell has been started, so it's not quite there, but the phase gate is up. This could get really ugly for Teamwork really quickly. If they can keep pressure on cargo, it's going to be really hard to stop them from just absolutely dominating this match. Again, they're on 7 RTs, so Quoth is very much in the lead here. Mac is in topographical trying to interdict that res flow.
Cognito gets killed in the vent while he was getting Carapace. What a way to go. Relent, Ulti, and Sammy. Yeah, coming into cargo. They are just wrecking up the place, guys. 86% on this extractor. User 210 is the only one left in there.
And those Quoth Marines are just going to keep flowing in there with that phase gate and an armory right there. There's really nothing that Teamwork can do to stop this push. There are some Hydras in there, so it's not going to be you know, an absolute walk in the park, but that res node is about to go down, which will put them down to 1 res node. There is a 3rd one on the way in C12, but Nippler is there, and he's already got it down to 50%. So this, I mean, this pretty much looks like the end of the game here early on for Teamwork. Mac has taken down the phase gate that was put up in West Junction, but I don't think that's really going to do much, as although they are now on the phase gate in Y Junction. Mac and Hyperion are both there. That phase gate is down to 50%, and nobody's coming back to assist. They're all focused on that hive, but we do see Cognito is on a lurk, so he's going to be able to hold this off. The phase gate has gone down in Y Junction. What a great job by Teamwork to actually take control of that part of the map back.
Yeah, and that they knew that they needed, you know, with those Marines inside cargo, they knew they needed to take out that phase gate. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if they kill those Marines in cargo, because they're so close with that phase gate that they could just keep pouring people in. So that was a great move by Teamwork. They had to get in there, take out that forward base, and they seemed to knock it out. And now they took also the phase gate out that they had up in West Junction, but now we see another one coming up in subsector. Ultane 16 building that. But Nanogrid is in trouble. 3 skulks taking out the RT there. Cognito now
that
User.
1 thanks to a mine.
Yeah, and 38% left on that Nanogrid RT. That's going to go down. I don't think Sammy G is going to be there in time. 14% User.
He is there in time, and he takes out User. Wow.
Great shots by User 210 there. And we see Mac.
Yeah, they're going to try and get control of this, but even without those RTs, they would still be sitting on 5, so more than enough res for the Marines. We do see that the Aliens Teamwork is up to 3 res nodes now, so that is a reasonable res flow if they can shut down the res flow for Quoth. And I have confirmation from Dangio, who is a member of Quoth, who says that it is from Edgar Allan Poe, so it is Quoth the Raven.
Quoth We will call them Quoth. And we see subsector base has been set up, the CC, the observatory, and we are seeing 4 members from Teamwork now coming in. Memnock goes in a little early where he goes in alone.
Yeah.
Hyperion goes in. They kind of just trickled in there.
Cognito is so close to dead. As is Mac. Oh, goodness, those lurks. Those lurks playing a dangerous game.
Wow. And that offensive gets shut down by Quoth in subsector. Very good shooting at that point. I mean, Teamwork, they were grouped up, but it looked like no one said go. And they kind of were like, okay, yeah, go now. Yeah, go now. And they all trickled in. And,
yeah.
Well, you see what happens when you trickle in one by one.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be really hard right now for Teamwork to come back. They are sitting on I mean, they do have Bile and Carapace and Leap, so they're doing okay on upgrades, but Quoth has shotguns and weapons 1, armor 2, and weapons 2 is about 50% done. So this is going to be very, very difficult for them to handle at this stage in the game with only 3 res nodes and 7 res nodes for Quoth. I don't think they've fallen below 6 in quite a while. Yeah, they've been on at least 6 since about the 5.5-minute mark. They only fell down to 5 for a couple of seconds, and before that, they had been on 5 or 6 since about 2:45. So the res flow here for Quoth is just unbelievably high. They're going to have plenty of shotguns. I mean, look at this. Look at how much res they have P-res. We're sitting on 56, 56, 54, 60, 41. One person, that's EAX, the commander, is only on 23. But this team is just absolutely being drowned in res, so much to the point that they don't even know what to do with it all.
Yeah, and we are seeing, you know, those shotguns now, level 2 shotguns in cargo. They are just taking out everything there, just causing a mech, and Mac goes down, so they lose their lurk. They only have Cognito and Bonkers left on the field. There comes the res wave. 4 Marines in cargo right now. Nippler, Ulti, and Relent just shooting stuff up with those shotguns. Nippler takes down Menmok. Ulti takes down User 210. Wow.
Yeah, and you know, as much as they need to defend this hive, I gotta say it's the same issue as they had earlier, where they have to be doing something. You know, with so many of Quoth's players dedicated to this push in cargo, Teamwork really needs to be doing something elsewhere on the map to punish them for this push.
Yeah, and if we look at the map, guys, I mean, you see that cargo is basically in trouble right now. They only have pipeline. If they lose cargo, that is going to cut them off of the rest of the map, which basically is owned by Quoth.
Yeah, but you know what's really interesting is because there's enough res coming from those 2 res nodes, and they're sitting on about 63 res. Teamwork is. So they've been able to put some crags down and keep this hive at full health. As much time as Quoth has been spending in cargo, they've got almost nothing accomplished other than to kill a bunch of skulks. They did get 1 lurk, obviously, but they did nothing in terms of you know, putting a threat on that hive.
They didn't do it on the hive. That's true, and they killed a lot of skulks. I mean, what they did at that point was, you know, pull any offensive that was gonna happen off.
Yes.
They did lose an extractor in there, but that can be rebuilt. But yeah, I mean, great job going to Teamwork for holding that off. And now the res node in C12 is in trouble. 23%. Ulti's in there with a level 2 shotgun. He takes it down. User jumps in to try to get him out. He gets nano shielded. He's not going down, and User ends up going down. Relent, 16, Ulti, and Sammy now trucking through the dome, going into the neck, meeting Mac. Mac takes down Ulti, and Memnock joins the fight as well. Sammy, Relent, and 16 trying to fight this off, and they do. Memnock and Mac go down, but they know that this Marine offensive coming through the neck is going to be coming down to pipeline pretty soon, so they got to mobilize their forces for this defense.
Yeah. And again, you know, we talk about this a lot, or at least I do. You know, when you put a team on their heels, that is such an important part of this game, controlling the fights, where they happen, under what conditions they happen. And you know, a lot of times it can be really important for a team that is losing to not worry about winning fights, but more worry about not losing them, and send at least 1, preferably 2 people off to get something accomplished on the field while these fights are going on.
Yeah.
And Teamwork has done that to a degree. You know, we saw User running off a little bit We saw Mac running off a little bit, I believe. But leaving the defense to Cognito would probably be the wise decision here. They probably want to get a fade out here as quickly as they can. Hyperion is at 49 res. User is at 45. They're gonna get their fades here soon. So that could be. Wow.
Yeah, but we just saw a prototype lab dropped by the Marines. There was a great fight that happened just a bit ago with Relent and versus a Lurk and a Skulk, and because of the nano shield, he was able to kill the Skulk. The Lurk got him down to 3%, but because of the nano shield and health packs, was able to stab him off until another member came in. And pushed him away. What a great fight there. Jetpacks now have just started. We're seeing some resource harassment in topographical. Hyperion at 2%, 1% gone. That RT is done. He's now going after 16, who does have a shotgun, takes him out with a blast to the face, and we're seeing a offensive ulti and Relent in pipeline, trying to take out everything in there. Bonkers, Memnock, and Cognito trying to save this hive and push back this Marine offensive. They get joined by Sammy G. Memnock goes down. What a great push here by Quoth.
Yeah, and Hyperion really needs to get on that fade as quickly as possible. He's not going to want to do it in pipeline. Although, oh my goodness, he is. He's doing it in pipeline. This is so dangerous. Cognito has to keep them out. They're going to use bone walls to keep them up in that hallway to the neck. And look at this. Hyperion's going to get that fade out. Here it is. Here comes the fade. If he can turn the tide of this fight, this could actually be rather significant.
Yeah, having a fade on the field right now. Go!
Oh no, he's so but he's gonna go! Oh my goodness!
Oh my God.
He got caught on the corner. Oh, that's so sad.
Wow.
He took 2 shotgun blasts immediately. He pushed into a group of 3, and he was right in the middle of them. They created a little triangle around him, put at least 2 shotgun shells right into his chest. He went down to almost no health, then got stuck on the corner as he tried to retreat. And that may be the end of the game, because without 2 fades on the field, there is not much you can do against level 2 weapons, shotguns. Jetpacks are now completed. Level 3 weapons are on the way. This is looking very, very ugly for Teamwork. I think this one's pretty much done.
Yeah, and Quoth has a forward armory in the neck. Now they're just going to keep falling back and hammering this hive. We're hearing mines now placed all over the place. Now there's one. There's Memnock, just trying to hit control here and there, but he's not going to do much damage. These 3, Nippler, Sammy, and Relent, coming in from the neck into pipeline. They are just trying to shoot around that corner. There are 2 Crags keeping this this hive alive, but pretty soon they are just going to make their push.
Ulti is already down in cargo, so this is going to start being a big problem for Teamwork to have to split up to defend, and that's going to leave them very, very vulnerable. Although we do see, oh my goodness, look at this, Memnock biling up in control. I think he's going to get that. Yeah, he's going to get one of the IPs, but EAX is going to be able to take him down, so that's not going to get much accomplished up there.
Yeah, and we're seeing the cleanup happen now. Relent, Sammy, and Nippler in pipeline. User takes out Relent. Ulti takes down Bonkers. And we're seeing Memnock go down. So Nippler and Sammy are the only ones left in pipeline. They are just reloading, and they're going to start taking everything out. There goes the eggs. The Crags are going to go down, and they're going to start focusing on that hive. They're going to get reinforced by Relent and Ulti, who have jetpacks. And the aliens, Teamworks, has been pushed back into cargo.
Yeah, and Ulti was down there in cargo, taking out that RT. He was able to get the RT down. There goes Weapons 3. They are now on 0 RTs. Teamwork with no res flow whatsoever. 13 res to maybe get 1 RT. I mean, yeah, what are you going to do?
We're seeing a push in Skylights. Mac and Hyperion just got tagged by a lucky scan. And they were biting that RT, and there goes the scan again. They know they're there. They're sending 16 in there with a jetpack and a shotgun. Ulti is there, going to back him up. This is possibly the last offensive by Teamworks, and there's the good game by Teamworks.
Although it hasn't actually been a good game, as there are a whole bunch of... they were up in... Oh, GG Pipe. And there goes the fade.
There goes
and
the fade.
And the gorge. Yep. Yeah, I have to agree with Bonkers there. it really is, you know, they need to get Pipeline out of the spawn rotation.
Pipeline really is tough there.
It's such a horrible spawn.
Yeah, it's a horrible spawn for the aliens. They're basically far away from, I don't know, everything.
Yeah.
And they can get
really,
easily trapped in there.
Yeah, you have instant access to only 2 RTs. You have the Pipeline RT and you have C12. C12 is in and of itself very hard to defend because it's so close to control. It's a very, very quick run from control to C12. Especially if you're already set up in or around Nanogrid or East Junction.
Hard on such an annoying